Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, rad car port builder, mechanic, real estate investor, whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for lunch. And you know that that real estate investor thing. I've been really giving some thought here lately. Um, it's weird. This is going on my second year. A lot of y'all just coming into my channel, welcome. I retired at the age of 65, but believe it or not, that's early retirement, because my full retirement would be 66 and 8 months. And but I took it at 65 when my Medicare kicked in. I could have retired at 62, and trust me, I was ready then to retire. But I waited for the Medicare. That's money. The Medicare is worth it. It really is. I like the Medicare, and I don't know. I did a couple little side deals and stuff like that, and pocketed a little bit more money. Of course, I was making more money than collecting Social Security. So what I get a month from Social Security is only an eighth of what I made working. And I tell you what, be honest with you, I'm doing pretty well living on Social Security. No, it's not mine. Parts of my old truck, that I'm restoring, of course, But what it does, the money that I get, it pays the essentials, like electric, bread, buttermilk, insurance, auto insurance, home insurance, that kind of stuff. And it pays the essentials, and phone bill and all that, So yeah, if I really hunkered down, yeah, I could. I really believe I can live on Social Security alone. If I didn't have these projects and stuff. Now, a lot of y'all go, well, you don't get what rent is out there, and all that. But here's the key. What I'm about to say is very key, especially young people. Get a budget. Get out of debt. Pay your mortgages off. Dave Ramsey always talks about that, and he's absolutely right. Pay off. Be debt free. Of course, put your money. He also talks about putting your money in an IRA or in the S&P or whatever. Do all that. Build a nest egg. Then you can retire. So yeah, it can be done. It does happen. I'm proof to that. And now I don't. Being obsessed with stuff, and that's what my video is really about. I went off on a tangent. I guess I'm opening introduction to who I am. Forgive me for that. But getting obsessed with stuff. And, this property right across, I know a few videos back, is 5 acres. Me and the wife were talking. I was wanting to buy that. And I had some investors go in on me. And what we wanted to do is take and build a 10-acre farm. And I had some ideas. And we're talking, we could generate over $1 million worth of income. And then we'd turn it, and then me and the wife would be homeless. Of course, we'd have money in the bank, and our investors would be happy. I was looking at them getting the investors, what they call hard money lenders. Hell, they would be making 25% interest or 30% interest on their money. And you can't get that in any bank. You can't even do that on the stock market. Not a short term, and short term could take a couple of years. I mean, for something like that, but that's still good money, up to a couple of years, I should say. And I was kind of gung ho about that. Now, mind you, I've been on retirement, and and the deal didn't work out. The guy that owned the property or was trying to sell it, he ended up keeping it. He had enough of it, and I'm glad. I'm kind of glad he's got a horse out there now, and I'm really glad to see the horse out there. So, it didn't work out. Thank God it didn't work out, But here's the thing. I was, my instincts of making money and the, I don't know, it's just like the eye of the tiger, the fight, I like to get in that ring and go at it, and I don't know. It's just like, I'm kind of relieved that the deal didn't go through. I'm kind of glad the guy pulled the property off the market, because I don't need it. I don't need the aggravation. And you go, well, yeah, that was you could have made a lot of money on that deal and all that, but, it didn't happen anyway, and probably if I had, the opportunity was there, I was going to jump on it anyway, trust me, I was going to jump on it. But now that it didn't, I look at it and I go, thank God. I kind of like peaceful stuff. It's just like the stock market. Now, a lot of y'all give me comments on this. This is the way I feel about having stocks and stuff like that. I don't know. I get tense about stuff like that. I got to worry about if the president said this or are they going to put tariffs on this? Everybody goes crazy and then the videos start flying about, and all this crap, and I go through that whole thing peaceful because I don't have money in the stock market. I got money in CDs. All right. And that CD is what you loan to banks. Basically, you're lending the money to the banks and it's guaranteed, up to a certain percent of money. But, at least it's guaranteed. So, I like that. My money stock stable, 4.5% interest, where the year before it was 5.5 or something like that, which was a lot better because the Fed has lowered the interest rates, and that hurt me for this time around. But still, I'm doing okay. Now, if the Fed keeps cutting, then I'm going to be in a pickle next year for 2026. When the CD comes mature, then I got to worry about where I'm going to go. Then I may have to start investing or doing something like that, more gearing it up back into real estate or something like that. But right now it looks good. And I don't know, I'm looking at annuities and stuff like that. Now, annuity, what I understand, talking to my insurance man, that basically they're backed by the state. Like my state is Florida. So I don't know. What do you tell me? A 5.5% interest? Excuse me. And that's good. And I said, well, that's locked up. For 5 year, I think he one of them was a 5 year. They got a 10-year. I go, well, what happens if I want money out of it, or this and that, or I want to buy another truck, or you can pull it out and through the year, And I don't know. I'm going to study more into that. Now, it's not what am I about to say? For those who's building wealth. For those who's building wealth or retirement wealth, let's say, it's best to go aggressive into CDs, stocks, and stuff like that. You're young enough, your nerves can take it. What I'm trying to say is I'm looking for a safe haven to park my money in. That's what I'm talking about. Now, like I mentioned Dave Ramsey, he'd be totally against what I'm saying. Okay? But here's the thing. I'm not in the fight anymore. I'm not in the ring. I got to park my money somewhere where it's safe and where it'll draw. Instead of eroding, I want it to build. And it can be slowly. If it's 5%, okay. If it's 4%, that's not a lot, but it's not going negative. It's going positive. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's all. It's just like gold and silver. If you think you're going to get into gold and silver to make an overnight success, you're absolutely wrong. What gold and silver and copper, precious metal, is a hedge against inflation. So in other words, if you buy gold or silver today, whatever it is, I think the last time I checked, the spot price on silver was $30. I don't know what it is. I mean, it might be higher or lower, but let's just use $30 as an example. Well, what that is a hedge. My dollar is backed up to that silver. Okay, let's say in 10 years, that spot price, just guessing, would be $60. Now, my money is protected. It did not devalue. It went up high in price. You know what I mean? I can't spit it out. Spit it out, Brian. And that's what I mean. It's a hedge. That's all it is. And I could get, if I find out that the annuities ain't going to help me and then the CDs hit the wall, it's like 0.1% interest or something crazy like that, then I may look at silver and gold as a hedge to protect the money so it doesn't devalue. Now, President Trump has done something. He's on top of this, and I'm very happy about that. You hear about the tariffs and all the other stuff, and he's cutting jobs and Elon Musk and blah, blah, blah. But he's saying something really important. People are missing the boat, and he's very smart. This BRICS, what's called BRICS, is very important. I'm so glad he's on the ball on this one, because what BRICS is a lot of nations, China and Russia, and I forgot the other countries that are trying to devaluate our dollar. And it's very important that does not happen, because the U.S. dollar is still strong, and we need it to stay that way, really, because if our dollar depreciates really bad, I mean, if it comes to a dollar's worth, I mean, it could be worth 5 cents on, and that could happen when the BRICS, what they're trying to do is pull away from the dollar, and we need to make our dollar strong. And that helps us in everything, really does. Because I don't care if you got in the stock market or what, BRICS, that would hurt us really bad. So I'm glad, I'm thankful that he's on top of that. Nobody else is talking about that, but he is, and it's very, very, very serious. All I can say is, all the other noise you hear, look into that and see if I'm right or wrong. Really dive into that. My suggestion, really dive into looking into BRICS. I mean, it'll surprise you. And so I'm glad he's into that. Well, with that, one more thing, of course I made the videos, and there it is. There's my video camera, another tripod. And I'm going to mess around and make a couple of more videos on working on my stuff. Let me show you this, and I don't mean to bore you. I know a lot of y'all don't like automotive stuff, and that's okay too. But there it is, along with my junk. There's the big video camera, and I told you I was going to tell you what brand this is, and there it is. It's a FHD, and there's my little tripod. It's not as good as that old tripod I got there, That's a good tripod, and don't mind the mess. And this is, I'm going to just, I've been working on these fenders. This is like here in Central Florida, like a London foggy day, But I got to resand this one. And what I primered these fenders. They're primered. I'm going to shoot some clear on there, and then down the road, I'll have the truck painted by a professional. But I'm just what I call roughing it in. So there you go. So I got some ideas, and then like I said on my a few last videos, that I'm gonna buy another project. Well, I got the rat right outside here, out back, and I said, well, I don't need to buy a project. What I'm gonna do is, after I get done with this truck, I'm gonna chop the top on this rat ride, and this is gonna thing. And we got all kinds of stuff we're gonna do, kill them, and and there's the rat ride. Of course, you've seen that on a lot of my videos, and that's what I plan on doing, chopping the top on it. Well, let's see if we find the old horsey. Where's she at? I don't know where she went. They didn't take her away, did they? She's a broodmare, and she's a beautiful horse, but I don't see her. Huh. I don't know where she went. Oh, well, next video I'll show you the horse. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know, you think about the camera and the video, and I'm just going to try to not stress myself out on doing this kind of stuff. And it's very important I do that. It's just like I was talking about the CD, and I just want to have a good retirement. I don't need to be stressed out and worried and get all blowed up about stuff, and enjoy my retirement. And I got to be honest with you, this camera I was doing, it was stressing me out at first, and but I've gotten a little calmer about it, and trying to figure out how to, edit and all that. And I got a guy coming over Monday. He's a tech guy, and he's going to hopefully help me out, which sounds promising. It sounds all promising. So it's cool, I don't want to get overloaded. A friend of mine said, yeah, it looks like you got another project. Yeah, I do. I got another project. So anyway, a lot of things important today. My Lord Jesus Christ, my wife, my children, my country, my friends, and you folks. Y'all take care of yourself. You hear? God bless you.